Hey, welcome back. It's Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Today we're going to talk about Batman I Am Suicide. This is Volume 2 in the Batman Rebirth saga when Tom King took over. We talked about Batman I Am Gotham, in which Batman is introduced to two saviors of Gotham, a guy who's unoriginally called Gotham and an even more unoriginally called Gotham Girl, brother and sister team. Psycho Pirate screws up their lives, the brother dies, and Gotham Girl is left as a former shell of herself. She is deeply damaged and retreated inward because the Psycho Pirate, before he left her with a feeling of fear. And so Batman has taken it upon himself to keep her at his house and, give her a life that,
Because Batman is fear.
Right.
So he's also spend as much time around him as possible.
Yeah, no, it's because Batman's a nice guy and he feels bad for her and he is kind
Batman's not a nice guy. He punches people all the time.
Yeah, bad people who deserve it, not friggin' victims of trauma.
Does he put her in a room with like 20 locks on it? So he's like,
No, he just lets her stay in one of the many rooms of Wayne Manor. Alfred checks on her. Duke also feels very connected to her.
To be fair, she could bust out of that room even if there were locks on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But her power level is such that if she uses any of it, she will deplete her own lifespan. Right. So she's probably incentivized not to do that.
Yeah. Is how incapacitated by fear is she? Is she
she's agoraphobic. Yeah, it's basically like that constantly.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
Is she babbling and incoherent?
Sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's real rough.
It's rough.
And so, and it's such a problem. And probably the issue is she does it during the day. That's when Batman sleeps, and so it's always going through the halls, and he's like, I gotta stop this chick from doing this.
Well, she just wanders the halls screaming.
No, it's just no. Well, who knows? We don't really get to see it.
It's just
wailing. It's like she's a ghost.
I'm haunting the
haunting Wayne Manor. In any case, so the idea
Alfred's
is
there's already someone else that haunts Wayne Manor. It's Bruce freaking Wayne.
Right. So the idea is that Psycho Pirate was used by Amanda Waller and Hugo Strange, and then Bane steals Psycho Pirate, and Amanda Waller feels bad for working with known psychopaths. And so she basically extends an olive branch to Batman and gives him a tip about what's happening. And Bane absconds off to Santa Prisca, the island prison that he was born on, to live out the rest of his days free of venom, thanks to the cut corners therapy of the Psycho Pirate. He's going to use the Psycho Pirate and his magical mask to believe he doesn't need venom anymore and then not need it. Mm-hmm. So that's it.
Which is probably a good plan.
I mean, it is, except that it's just replacing one dependency for another. Now instead of him being dependent on a drug, he's dependent on a human being living on his crappy island, telling him that he's fine all the time.
Constantly needs Psycho Pirate in order to not go back on the venom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not like nicotine where you can wear it down a while, and after a while you just don't want to smoke.
Batman doesn't give him that kind of time. So
you've had a day.
Yeah. So Batman decides he's going to go to Santa Prisca and kick the shit out of Bane.
Does Amanda Waller normally say, "Hey, here's a problem that I made. Go clean it up"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, that's her MO.
Got it. Why is Batman gonna kick the shit out of Bane?
Because he has Psycho Pirate and he needs Psycho Pirate's mask in order to fix Gotham.
Oh.
That's the whole crux of the story. I Am Suicide is Batman needs to save Gotham Girl from the madness of the Psycho Pirate. And so he's got to go to Santa Prisca to do it. And because the book is called I Am Suicide, there's nonstop themes about suicide. Also because Tom King loves to write about damaged people and bonus points if it has anything to do with suicide. So the story is Batman is going to create his own Suicide Squad to break into Santa Prisca, kick the shit out of Bane, and steal Psycho Pirate back.
Can't he just borrow the Suicide Squad?
No, he's got to make his own because he doesn't trust the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, they're no good.
Harley Quinn is not going to help him.
Wouldn't that just be the Bat family? Normally Robin and Nightwing.
No,
but they're bad guys or bad-ish guys.
Yes, they're all from Arkham.
Yeah.
And he creates a ridiculously circuitous scheme to get it back. There's plans and there's plans below those plans and there's extra plans. And oh man, Batman decides to form his own Suicide Squad to get Psycho Pirate. And so the stage is set. Bane is living on the mountain of skulls.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Totally naked because he's crazy, and that'd be fun to see. And he is using Psychopirate to feel good. He's like, use your mask. Tell me that I'm stronger than the venom, and I don't need it, and I'm happy, and I'm brave, and I can always stop.
I will happily tell you that. Could you please put pants on?
No.
All right, I'm gonna use my mask. Put pants on.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this a reference to Apocalypse Now?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's gotta be, because also Bane is now bald and covered in shadow, and he spouts off like random nuggets of madness and wisdom,
and they make him look a little more like Marlon Brando. Maybe.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't look like Bane, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So Batman decides to leave, and he's like, Alfred, tell everybody I'm leaving, and I'm not gonna be back for a long time.
So what do we do about Gotham Girl?
He says you or Duke take care of her. Bye. Oh, and tell her, promise her that I'm coming back with help. I'm gonna fix this. So
right.
So Batman goes to Arkham with the help of Commissioner Gordon, and so he goes into Arkham and he meets up with the ventriloquist.
Okay.
And so he's like, and because the ventriloquist's alter ego is Scarface, or rather he's the ventriloquist, an extension of himself is Scarface. Because they separated the puppet from Wesker, he's like, he doesn't know what to do, because the idea is that like the dominant personality within Wesker is what like guides him to do anything. And so without a dominant personality, he's just kind of like stuck.
Does he get like a sock?
Yeah, he could just does he actually need the little
He
puppet?
did that in Nightfall.
Oh.
He didn't have Scarface, so he created Sacco and put a sock on his hand. And Sacco and Scarface both like had a problem with each other, and then they both shoot each other. He shoots his hands.
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous. And of course
sucks.
Sacco's hilarious because the Scarface is a puppet. Like a marionette puppet.
Yeah.
And he has his own little Tommy gun that fits into his little marionette hands. But Sacco is just a sock. So like, he grabs the pistol, and so he's like, ha, 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 like he's talking with the sock, and the sock has the gun in his mouth, so it's like, it's a mess. In any case, he does not do that. Tom King clearly never read Nightfall. He has no idea that's a thing. So instead, he has nobody. And because Batman shows up with a dominant personality, Wesker's like, okay, whatever you say. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
If you'll stand still, I just have to get my hand right up.
So then he's like, okay, I've got my plan. And he goes through all these different people. And they're making references to this event that Tom King hasn't written yet, but will come out soon, called The War of Jokes and Riddles, which is an idea that we pitched a while back. Before that event happened, we pitched this idea of, hey, I think you actually brought the subject, has the Joker or Riddler ever fought with each other? And the answer was no. And then Tom King answered that question with one of the worst, most disappointing Batman events of all time.
Well, that still remains to be seen, Sal.
Well, that's true, because Batman will be around long after we die. So, yes, I'm sure there'll be worse Batman stories in the future, but
up till now.
For right now.
Not like this.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry that I came up with that idea.
Yeah, right.
And
King's a huge fan of the show, obviously, and he was like,
That Ethan's got it.
He's got a good idea.
Yeah,
He's got a
I'm
good
gonna
head on his
take
shoulders.
that.
Taking it. Arkham is like begrudgingly going along with Batman's plan.
How does Batman sell anybody on this plan?
Oh, he
to, let these people go.
He strong arms Gordon into letting him do it, and Gordon's like, no, Tom King didn't read the story where I became Batman, so I'm back to being Gordon, and I'm kind of like at half capacity because Gordon is not very interesting or funny in any of the King stories. So Gordon instead is just like, yeah, whatever you say, Batman. So Gordon pulls strings to get Batman to not only go into Arkham Asylum, but also recruit members of Arkham Asylum and basically bring them into his own version of Suicide Squad, where if they do survive this mission, they get things for their participation.
Oh, I thought they got to go back to jail.
They do get to go back to jail, some of them. But there's a guy, Bronze Tiger. He's recruited. He's part of the Suicide Squad that Batman creates. Bronze Tiger was actually kind of a good guy, and he worked for the original Suicide Squad, well back in the day. Not the original, but the kind that everybody remembers and enjoys from the 80s.
Right.
So Bronze Tiger, not a bad guy, and knows Batman. But also, he has a familiarity with Venom. So Batman's you're ideal for this mission. Number one, you're not a psycho. Number two, you know Venom, so you know the cravings and stakes of the Venom of the Bane situation.
If he's not a psycho, why is he in Arkham?
Right? Batman then enlists the aid of these two characters from a long time ago.
Looks like he enlists the aid of Anne Hathaway.
It does look like Anne Hathaway. And maybe it is because, like, Mikhail Yanin is clearly using, like, models and stuff. Anyway, so then we introduce the audience to Julie.
Okay. Have we heard of her?
Yes.
Okay.
Julie is one half of the duo Punch and Julie, who actually were the Atom villains from the 40s. Oh. And they were kind of like clown-themed. They were the Gallagher or the Carrot Top of the costumed criminal world. They were prop comics.
Yeah, just like Punch and Judy.
Yeah.
Kind of like Harley Quinn?
A little bit, but predating Harley Quinn by 50 years.
Okay.
So Punch and Julie are this duo that love each other and they're intimately connected and they need each other. And in fact, like up until the New 52 reboot, they had a kid. And that kid went through like all kinds of hell. Like it wasn't
well when your parents are like that. I mean,
right, exactly. So, well, the kid was like, I don't even think he got up to kindergarten before they rebooted everything.
Yeah.
So we don't actually get to see the personality of the kid. Incidentally, Doomsday Clock is a story that Jeff Johns is working on as of the taping of this episode. And it is a sequel to Watchmen. And in the context of Watchmen, Jeff Johns creates his own version of Punch and Julie, who are part of the Watchmen universe.
Okay.
Because Dr. Manhattan was an Atom character.
Right.
We were a derivative. And so Johns took the DC equivalent of Punch and Julie and made them into Marionette and Mime. And they were in the Watchmen universe within the context of Marionette and Mime's involvement in Watchmen. They have a kid and their kid is taken from them. And the question is like, where's their kid? And when they come to the DC universe, they speculate like maybe the kid is the Joker.
Oh.
Yeah. So weird and cool and very interesting, but a totally separate book. I'm just mentioning it because like I hadn't seen Punch and Julie in a long time. And then they put them in this, and then like the next year, because this came out last April, next year they make a Watchmen version of Punch and Julie.
Right. Interesting. Do you think that was like planned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, they meet Julie, and he's talking about how she's here and
but she's in the book too.
She's in the book too. And now they're gonna, and they're like, well, but where's Punch? And then Batman's like, Gordon, get over here. And he says like, I'm really glad that we decided to like publicly mention that we were going to be like dealing with Julie to flush out Punch. And Gordon's like, yeah, you think it worked out? And Batman's like, yeah. And then he punches out Gordon because it's actually Punch in disguise
with a giant onomatopoeia punch.
Yeah.
Right. Punch.
Right.
So what? Punch escaped and made himself look like Gordon?
Well, as a matter of fact, Punch was held in Santa Prisca prison.
Oh.
And he's the only one who's ever escaped. And so when he escaped, they were like, we can't find this guy. But if we leak that we know, A, where Julie is, and B, that we're going to do something about her, it'll make Punch get over here because the only thing that these two care about is each other.
And if he puts on a mustache and glasses,
he will look exactly like Gordon.
Is Gordon okay? Where's Gordon?
He's drugged and asleep in his house.
Oh, okay.
No, Batman
so he only did this like yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
been like Gordon for
2 years, hoping that one day this will happen. No, they just leaked the information like an hour ago.
Okay.
So anyway, they reunite Punch and Julie, and they are all over each other, and it's actually kind of sweet and endearing to see these two because like they don't care. Everything else in the world is noise. The two of them just need each other, and so he's like, I'm going to help them out if they help me with this plan. Mm-hmm. And so they're on the book too. And then Arkham's like, that's enough. This is ridiculous. Like, there's no fucking way I'm going to let you do this. And he goes, cool, I'm just going to let everybody know that you let an escaped convict infiltrate your prison and then impersonate an officer of the law. And he's like, well, who else do you want, Batman?
You don't even need to go that far.
God,
You're Batman. All you have to say is, well, I guess I'll stop arresting the criminals and you'll be out of business.
Right. Well, he literally says, and it's a really cool moment, he says, look at the asylum I filled. Do you really want to tell me what I can't do?
Why is Batman being like a douche? Like, why does he even have this plan? Why doesn't he just use the Bat family
to go
help
to
him?
Santa Prisca and beat the shit out of Bane?
Yeah.
Or like go, hey, Clark, I need you for like maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah. Right?
Like, I refuse to ask anyone for help. I would rather bribe people and get them to help me really against their will.
Controllable people.
Yes.
That ask my friends for help.
No, because we need to show how smart Batman is, how manipulative Batman is.
How Machiavellian.
Yes, Batman can use these people to act against their better judgments, like Amanda Waller.
That's...
there's actually a good reason for it.
Okay.
There actually is an underlying thing, and it has to do with the last inmate that he brings in, who is wearing like a horrible mask that covers their face that no mental health facility would ever put on a human being.
You mean a giant laughing skull?
Yeah, and he says, it's literally a killing joke. Batman comes in, he says, I've been thinking lately about you and about me, and we're mirroring the moment where it's like, oh my god, is Batman going to enlist the Joker in his Suicide Squad? That's nuts! No, it's Catwoman.
Oh.
Yeah, Catwoman's in Arkham because out of nowhere, in no story except for this one, Catwoman murdered 237 people.
What?
Yeah.
Was that like over the course of her...
No. All in one day, basically.
Oh.
Catwoman went...
Was it like an explosion?
No.
And she just went around killing people?
She slaughtered 237 people. And now she's going to go before the county and be executed.
Wait, why is she in an asylum?
Right, why is she going to be in an asylum if she's going to be injected with...
Yeah, they don't...
They don't do that.
Put you in an
asylum. They do in this.
Well, maybe it's to keep her from escaping. Like, she'd be able to escape from a maximum security prison.
Why would you be able to escape from
because she's Catwoman.
A prison and not an asylum?
Well, because Arkham is specifically built for, like, the unpredictable.
Yeah, but Blackgate houses Batman villains all the time.
Well, that's fair. So then Batman brings together a Suicide Squad. And
hang on, I'm sorry. I'm just like, are they going to explain why she killed 200?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, of course. No.
Okay.
There's okay. So Batman is like,
just fucking Catwoman.
Catwoman killed 237 people, which immediately the audience was like, fucking what?
Right.
And then they reveal that like, the League of Shadows blew up. Is it the League of Shadows? It's like an evil terrorist organization.
Okay.
So
all right,
maybe
if
League
it's
of
not
Shadows,
them, it's the same basically.
Right, but it's an evil terrorist organization that wanted to like send a message. So they blew up an orphanage, and it happened to be the orphanage that like Holly and Catwoman came from.
Okay.
And so for revenge, Catwoman killed one member of their organization for every child that died in the orphanage.
Okay. That's a big orphanage.
That's a big organization, too.
It was. 237.
That's a...
Well, because some of them were kids, others were like... One of them was like a janitor that was like really nice to Catwoman when she was a kid and such and such. So like teachers, too. Okay. But like it was only like 6 teachers or something. In any case,
all right.
A lot of people. So Catwoman basically just slaughtered these people out of revenge. And she knew... And Batman, of course... finds her, stops her, brings her to jail, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not going to jail. You're going to hell." Like, and
that's kind of fair.
Yeah, and Batman is like, "Not on my watch." So I'm gonna rope her into my ridiculous suicide scheme, and maybe I'll be able to fix this problem, because he's like, why did she kill 237 people? I don't know. And like and the whole story is actually like kind of like narrated by letters that they wrote each other. Like Batman wrote Catwoman a letter, and Catwoman wrote Batman a letter, justifying their actions. Okay. And so she tells the story about how like, you know, there were these people and they matter, and like, you know, this was my home, and I came from the streets and you didn't, and blah blah blah. But like, I love you, and it's a love letter, but it's also like a justification for her act of murder.
Sure.
And Batman writes a letter, and we'll talk about that letter in a minute.
Okay. So but he doesn't say like your murder is acceptable. That's fine.
No.
Good.
Because he's Batman.
Exactly. He shouldn't feel that way.
But he's also bad. But he's also a massive hypocrite. So Batman. So Batman goes into his cool bat plane, which he knows is going to get shot down, and he says the line that he repeats at least 4 times throughout this book. He says, "Bane, I've come for Psycho Pirate. I need him to save someone who needs to be saved. Turn him over, I go away. Refuse to turn him over, and I will break your damn back." He says it 5 times in this one issue alone.
But he doesn't say, "I'll break your goddamn back."
No. Which is a missed opportunity.
I'll break your goddamn back, man.
So Batman goes to Santa Prisca, this island prison.
Okay.
And
there's like fighter jets and stuff.
And there's fighter jets and stuff that are trying to stop him because they don't want Batman causing an international incident.
Yeah, sure.
He conveniently lands at the mouth of the entrance to the prison, where he is assaulted by like a gazillion guards. And of course, like as he's getting out of the plane, he says his little speech about how he's going to break his back.
Yeah.
And then Batman just starts beating on this like sea of men. Of course,
who never fire a shot.
No, they're firing all kinds of shots.
he's just faster than them.
I'm sorry, I skipped past that. I was looking at this giant.
Yeah, well, eventually they stop
mess.
shooting because they hit each other because they're so
Right.
active.
And obviously he's like, this is a deliberate act. He's trying to be captured because there's no way he's going to be able to beat up all these people.
Right.
Or maybe he could, but he chooses not to. In any case.
Are these like evil guards? I don't understand.
Right? Like, I don't know.
Or is it did Bane really take over?
Yeah, he
Or
took over. Like, it's his
Okay.
prison. It's his place.
Okay.
Yeah, Bane owns this place. And
Look,
those
it's
are his
either,
guards.
it's either fight the Batman
Okay.
or I'll kill
They're
you.
Bane's guards. They're not prison guards.
Well, they're the Santa Prisca guards, but like Bane now owns Santa Prisca, so technically he runs these
so
guards.
he like corrupted them.
I mean,
something?
or they just listen to him. It's like they treat the prison like it's its own goddamn country. So like,
okay.
Whoever's
It's
in
like an
charge.
independent-
I
listen to
work
you.
for,
It's like
yeah.
a private, independent prison.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not really a
It's
prison.
off the books. There's no fucking no. It's not like a real prison sanctioned by NATO.
Right.
Bane comes in, he's like, I will increase your wages by 10% and
you
give you
go-
full benefits.
Yeah, if you punch Batman,
So what is their incentive to imprison people?
it's the hardest prison in the world. They put the hardest people there.
I see.
And
So if
that's-
you really want, so if you're a private individual, if you're like a billionaire and there's somebody that you want to not be free, you send them to this like private, its
Hell.
own country prison.
Yes.
And you pay them to keep them there.
I assume.
That okay.
I mean, yeah.
It's like the prison in fucking Dark Knight Rises. It's like
Yes.
there's no
Well, of course,
jurisdiction
because it's Bane.
or
No, Bane was born in Santa Prisca prison. It's like
Right,
the Dark Knight
that is
Rises
that
actually gets it
prison.
wrong, but like it's the same damn thing.
Yeah, it's-
Whereas like it's this prison, it's off the books, but it's technically run by people, and
yeah.
you know.
Okay.
But we don't know anyone else that has ever come from Santa Prisca prison.
The only two people who have ever escaped are Batman. I'm sorry, are Bane and Punch.
Punch.
Yeah.
All right.
And Punch was retconned by this book.
Bane and Punch are the only people that ever escaped.
Yes,
Bane, I buy.
right. But Punch,
Punch. This
He's-
rando.
he's resourceful. So
Okay.
then they bring Batman before Bane,
Uh-huh.
and he beats on Batman and then breaks his back.
Really?
Well, that didn't go so well, Batman.
Yep.
Already?
Was that
coming
part of
to
the plan too?
Yes.
God.
What?
Yeah.
How did he know who would fucking kill him?
Because he knows Bane.
Oh.
And like Bane, that's his MO, is breaking backs.
Okay.
That's why he said, I'm going to break your damn back. Maybe he was trying to incept him.
Oh yeah.
I'm
He was
sorry,
Planting.
That's why he says it so fucking many times.
Yeah.
In this universe, Bane has never broken
No,
Batman's
no,
back
no, no.
before.
Where it's Rebirth.
Exactly.
Yes, he has.
No, he has. Yeah.
It's Rebirth. New 52 he did.
Everything that
Except
happened
he did.
happened.
No, New 52, everything you like about Batman still happened. Batman's the only one who didn't get a hard reboot.
Okay.
No. Bane
makes
did break
more
his
sense.
back. That happened. And now, because it's Rebirth, it definitely happened.
And now it just happened again.
Now it happened the way you remember it, as opposed to New 52, where it's like, who the fuck knows how it happened anymore. And then he does it again.
And then just again.
But he does it a different way.
Yeah.
Instead of breaking over his knees, he kneels on him with his naked body.
Yeah.
And then he does like a suplex on him.
Okay.
And then he drags him into the water cell that Bane was born into. You see, in the opening of the book, we see like what Bane's life was like as a child in this prison where you go in and then the water rises and you can breathe and then it comes down.
Right. It rises just enough that you can just barely not drown. And
Yes.
Then it recedes.
Exactly. So he
Okay.
throws Batman in there, and that's obviously part of Batman's plan. So, broken and bleeding, he's like lying in this dirty prison filled with rats and water,
And he eats them. He eats
right?
all
And
the
then he
rats.
gains all their power.
And it fixes his back magically somehow.
No, so then Batman punches the wall and creates holes in the wall for him to dig his hands into.
Okay.
And then he says his line again about how he's gonna come for the psycho pirate and save somebody who needs to be saved, and if you turn him over, I'll go away, but if you refuse to, I'll break your damn back.
His back is still broken, though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this
then
just happened.
But then he climbs into the wall and he snaps it back into
Oh,
place.
he does like a move.
He snaps it by bending it the same way Bane did.
Yeah, but it was just separated. Now he separated. He aligned it.
So was his back? It wasn't broken. It was like
It was. I mean, like.
dislocated or something.
I mean, who knows?
Okay.
Because he doesn't do like invasive surgery to fix it.
And nor does he probably like sit still for like 3 months while it.
Exactly.
heals.
No, he just snaps it back into place.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he knew that Bane couldn't resist doing it.
Uh-huh.
So then he snaps it back into place. Now he's back in action. So then he breaks out of the prison, of course, because he's Batman.
Uh-huh.
And then he opens up the side door of this prison because like he went to the front door while the other guys came in, and he's got Catwoman and a ventriloquist, and they're ready to go.
Who were just waiting out there.
Yeah, they're waiting for him. Yeah.
Well, because Batman distracted everyone, so they just walked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Batman,
All right.
Catwoman, and Wesker go in through
Why did they need Punch? They just broke in
right
by themselves without his expertise.
Because there's plans on plans, Ethan.
Okay.
You can't just have Batman walk in with this fat 55-year-old man and this gorgeous cat lady and expect to get results. You got to have Bronze Tiger come in the other entrance with Punch and Julie. Mm-hmm. So they do.
They just walk in?
The idea is they're not breaking in. Batman needed to break in with Wesker and Catwoman. Punch and Julie and Bronze Tiger are welcomed guests because Bronze Tiger used to be addicted to venom. And Punch is the only guy who escaped from Santa Prisca.
That doesn't mean you're welcome back.
Yeah,
No,
well,
they're
he
famous.
is.
They're like celebrities.
No, here's the thing. So the leverage is that Bronze Tiger is going to go before Bane and he's going to be like, I need venom. I'm addicted. And you've got it. I came here and I'm going to reward you for giving it to me by giving you the only man who's ever escaped and the reason he escaped. So now he'll never escape because he's got the woman he loves. So
Why would Bane care about that?
it's because...
So that Bane can be the only one?
Well, here's the thing.
Shut up.
Here's the thing. Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So while that plan is happening, Batman and Batman goes through the catacombs in a separate way, and Catwoman leads Wesker through the the underbelly of the prison,
Which is the screensaver from Windows where the pipes
yes,
go everywhere.
I think it's a cool looking image. It was a cool scene because it's so bizarre.
And they're everywhere.
and it's very Escher.
And also, Wesker would never be able to do that
Well, because he's like fat and short now.
because he's Humpty Dumpty. Yeah.
Well, Catwoman's
helping him.
She helps him through the most of it. So then she gets through. They finally get to this one staging area, and she's like, "Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna the Batman told us to do this thing, but we're not. You're gonna stay here, and I'm gonna go look out for number one. Because if you think that I'm gonna go to the gas chamber after this little mission, you're out of your fucking mind. And of course you are, so you probably think that. In any case, I'm leaving. So then she tells Ventriloquist to stay." And of course, because she has a dominant personality, he does.
Right.
And of course, Batman
You
plans.
stay. I'm going to go. I'm sure that was part of the plan. What did Batman offer her to help?
Nothing.
Because she said she was going to go to the gas chamber. So
Well,
Batman didn't
it's actually
offer
a
to
lethal
get her-
injection. I was just using
Whatever,
as a euphemism. But the point is, yes. Well, we find out what he does offer her later.
okay.
But the fact is, she does it because she loves him.
Oh, I see.
They love each
But
other.
then she abandons the plan.
Well, yeah. So Batman's hiding, and he's watching everything go on. And so Bronze Tiger goes before Bane, and he pitches the idea. And then halfway through his pitch, Catwoman shows up, and she's like, "Nope, it's all bullshit. Bane, don't listen to him. Batman brought him here. It's all horseshit. They're all gonna get little things from Batman. No, I am not going to jail. I'm not going to be executed by the government. Forget it. Batman's hiding in the rafters. He's waiting for everything to happen. No."
Well, she's saying this so that she can live here and be friends with Bane.
Yeah, why not?
That's
Or
her plan to
leave.
survive. Well,
Because she can escape too. So but the point is, she's planning on betraying Batman and screwing over everybody. So
to what end?
To get out, so that she doesn't have to go back.
Oh,
Yeah, so she doesn't have to die.
Because she looks out for number
well,
one.
she's already out.
Yeah, but Batman's gonna bring her back.
I see. So she wants to betray Batman so that Batman won't find her and take her back to Arkham.
Yeah. So she blows the lid on the Bronze Tiger Punch and Julie plan. And then she slashes Punch and Julie's necks with her claws.
Oh shit.
And then she goes before Bane, knocks out Bronze Tiger, and she's like, "This is the thing. Here's the deal. I know how to beat Batman because I'm in love with him and everything."
Because nobody likes him more
I
than
figured
I
it
do.
out.
And she's also like, "Oh, and by the way, he also set his back into place and freed himself from your prison.
Right.
Your plan sucked. Your plan's gonna work, but only if the woman he loves totally betrays him in a big public spectacle." So anyway, so Batman is doing his own thing. He watched it happen, so he's like, "Ah." And then we get to
Damn it.
see his letter, and his letter to Catwoman is basically "I knew that we were kindred spirits and that we were supposed to be together, and blah blah blah. Let me give you a little bit of a retcon about who I am and what my story's all about." And it's just a constant action sequence where we just watch Batman go from the lowest dungeons to the highest peak of this prison.
To
His
a big
letter.
Arkham Asylum style fight.
Yes,
Where
he
you're
does
just
all the combos. It's totally
It's like a 200x combo.
Yep.
Well, now I'm unstoppable.
Yeah. He uses the fear.
I'm flipping across the room in one sweep kick.
Exactly.
Yep.
But the point of the scene is to show that Batman is insane and driven, and
to help this random fucking chick who's not even like dying.
Well, because here's the thing, and according to Tom King, it's not even about that. See, the thing is that he reveals in the letter to Catwoman is that when he was a boy and he was like robbed of his family, he was depressed and miserable and sad, and then he made a decision. He was going to kill himself, and the suicide note is Batman. It's the best suicide that an 8-year-old boy could come up with.
Becoming Batman.
That Batman is my suicide. That one day I will be killed because I'm Batman.
I see. Yeah. I won't kill myself directly.
Yes.
I will do something that will
inevitably result in my death.
I mean, you could do that by eating cheeseburgers.
Yeah, he could just be fat.
It's like saying like extreme fucking like skateboarding is my suicide.
They have a death wish. They want to die.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hang themselves.
Downhill skiing is my suicide. Eventually I'm going to wrap myself around a tree and that's it.
Because I know it.
Training tigers is my suicide.
Yeah. Everything is suicide. That's why it's I Am Suicide. That's why the book is called this.
Okay, we all die, Batman.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I need to also illustrate that Batman is a power fantasy that only a child could enjoy.
Well, all right.
That ain't true.
Thanks.
Well, not that only a child could enjoy, but that only a child could actually do
or imagine
and fulfill.
Right.
As an adult.
Right, that an adult would be he'll be distracted by taxes and women and stuff, but an 8-year-old can be no, I need to be Batman though.
It also helps if you're a billionaire.
Yes. Well, then then you never have to grow up. So Batman is suicide. That's the moment I went, I should probably stop reading.
That sucks.
I disagree. And a lot of people did too, but some people were like, this is really fucking deep.
I like the idea if he grew out of it. If it was the idea of an 8-year-old being I want to die.
Right, and then he's and then I realized that that's a waste. And
it's a waste. And then in being Batman, I found my purpose, and then
I don't want to die.
Live.
I'm just gonna be a Batman.
Yeah. The problem is that's an 8-year-old would never have that idea. An 8-year-old would never
cognize
clever enough to think of that.
Right, to legitimize his suicide into a persona.
Yeah, I'm gonna rationalize it and drag it out into this long thing. No. An 8-year-old thinking about suicide is just thinking about shooting themselves. The most obvious thing is what an 8-year-old would think of. Doing Batman is what an adult would think of. It'd be and not even think of consciously,
being Batman is what an adult would interpret Batman to be. That an adult would look at Batman and say, this guy just wants to die.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's too much of a pussy to just fucking shoot himself.
Right, yeah.
That, but that's what an adult's rationalization is. It's not what an 8-year-old thinks of.
Would not
but no, Batman is so smart and so clever and so intelligent that he came up with this idea.
He was a precocious young man.
It's true.
And Alfred never helped him with that.
No.
He tried to.
Well, because and what's weird is the most modern of Batman writers fucking don't want to write about Alfred or their relationship. It really frustrates me. Because I remember growing up with Batman stories. I don't get him and I don't want to. It used to be just Batman and Alfred. That was my stories. So then Batman goes before Bane again. And he's
he just walks up?
Yeah. Well, he sneaks up. But then he just lands in front of him, in front of his fucking spawn throne. And so while Batman is going to Bane, some guards take Punch and Julie's dead bodies and they throw them in the incinerator.
Oh, they're dead.
Seemingly. So they throw them on a conveyor belt that leads to an incinerator.
They throw them on the conveyor belt. This very slow-moving conveyor belt that will inevitably result in them being incinerated.
This is true.
But don't worry, we'll leave the room before they actually get in the incinerator.
Naturally.
Okay.
And Bronze Tiger just wakes up and he just crawls his way away. He just leaves.
Okay.
It's
he just goes away.
Okay. Batman's talking to Bane. He's cool. So then Bronze Tiger bails. Punch and Julie wind up using their awesome prop stuff. They have some chewing gum and they blow big bubbles and then they pop the bubbles around them and now they're in flame retardant chemicals. And so when they go through the incinerator, they don't burn. And then when the incinerator, of course, leads, the conveyor belt that goes through the incinerator, leads into the ocean. So they just get dumped into the ocean. And then they continue to blow bubbles from their fireproof gum and the gum becomes a raft. And then they sit in the raft and wait for the rest of the gang.
Wow.
That's why we needed Punch and Julie.
Wait, what?
Punch and Julie were Oh, they also peel off the fake throats that Catwoman
Yeah.
cut because, of course, it's all a ruse.
But why did they...
Wait, even Catwoman,
Yeah.
But
was
what
a
role
trick.
did they serve in the plan?
they made a raft.
They made the raft with their bubble gum. Oh, and they were also the leverage that Bronze Tiger... See, the Bronze Tiger bringing Punch and Julie before Bane was obviously fake.
Yeah.
But it's seemingly the plan. So they're part of the subterfuge plan. But really, that plan was supposed to be betrayed by Catwoman.
Okay.
But it turns out that betrayal wasn't in itself a betrayal, because Catwoman wasn't really betraying Batman.
Right.
She was just getting next to Bane. So that when Batman goes before Bane again, Catwoman jumps in and she breaks Bane's back.
Okay, so the whole purpose of all of it was just to get Catwoman
Behind Bane.
near Bane.
Yes.
Could Batman have broken Bane's back on his own?
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that?
Because it wouldn't have been complicated enough.
Because he wants to make Catwoman part of it. It's all part of his ridiculous Batman-style courtship.
Yes.
How else would I have gotten all of these characters in my book if I didn't need them?
Well, no, because everybody plays a role.
How else would I have made Catwoman feel important?
Yeah. So Punch and Julie's plan, their role is to be bodies. They were
Right.
leveraged, then they were dead bodies, and now they're the escape.
Believe that Catwoman killed them and was helping him out.
Yes. So then Bronze Tiger, he escapes, and then he winds up where Catwoman told Wesker to stay.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, we're up. Because remember, the whole plan is to get Psycho Pirate's mask.
Right.
So
We
then
still haven't
Wesker and Bronze Tiger go where Psycho Pirate is.
Okay.
Now Bane's out of commission, and then Bronze Tiger and Wesker meet up with Batman and Catwoman.
Okay.
And then, of course, Psycho Pirate's there too.
Okay.
And so Batman is like, okay, Wesker, you go get the pirate. And Wesker's like, okay. So then he goes up to the Psycho Pirate, and the Psycho Pirate's like, what the fuck is this? And it's just, it looks like my science teacher from fucking 6th grade.
Yeah.
And he is like, Batman told me to come get you, I have to come get you. And he's like, are you fucking for real? And then he puts on the mask and he says, you can't get me because you're scared. You're really scared. And he's like, I'm scared? Is that what I am? And he's like, yeah, you're really scared. And then Scarface emerges and he goes, what the fuck is happening here? No one's going to tell the dummy what to do but me. Because Psycho Pirate used this mat, it unearthed Scarface.
Oh.
And so Wesker was immune to Psycho Pirate's wiles. And so he says...
Even though Scarface didn't come out when Bane told him what to do, or Catwoman told him
Batman,
what to do, or
nope.
Bruce
No, because Psycho
Tiger told him
Pirate's
what to
mask
do.
is like magic and stuff. So it's like really extreme. In any case, it emerges a Scarface.
Okay.
And so Scarface is just like, it's like this creepy old man is like walking up to Psycho Pirate. Psycho Pirate's like, you're scared, you're real scared. And he just punches him in the eye. And then Bronze Tiger punches out Wesker. Because of course, now he's Scarface, and he's unpredictable and dangerous.
Sure. Okay, so
And he'll pull a gun out of nothing.
Yeah.
so they needed Wesker because nobody else could get close to Psycho Pirate without being affected by his fucking...
By his mask.
And Batman couldn't just throw a batarang at him from far away?
Or nerve gas.
It would be, but it's a cool scene.
Or a grappling hook.
No, but he threw a batarang at it. No. Didn't you hear what I just described? Isn't that totally baller and neat?
I mean, it was a cool idea. It's just
Why though?
Why would you need to do that? That's such a flimsy fucking way to get there.
I could also get Mr. Freeze to just freeze him.
Or why bring Freeze when I could just bring his gun? Or there's an idea. Why don't I bring a gun and then just shoot him in the face?
Well, that might damage the mask.
I'll shoot
Batman
him in the stomach then, and then he won't die. And you know what? I won't bring the ventriloquist. I'll bring a brilliant surgeon who will save Psycho Pirate's life from a gunshot wound to the stomach before he dies. So then everybody gets on the fucking bubblegum boat. And
the bubblegum boat.
yes, to Lollipop Land. But before they leave, of course, Batman has to make an enemy out of Bane even more. So he leans into Bane and he throws his own bullshit epithets at him, and he's just like, you're gonna be fine. You just tell yourself that you're great and that you're strong and you don't need venom. Bye. And then he just bails. And so Bane is like, bring me venom. And then of course this leads into a story that comes up another arc or two later called I Am Bane, where Bane comes to Gotham for revenge, and it's even more insipid. So then they win, and we find out that like the deals everybody gets is like Wesker gets to have Scarface back basically. So I indulge
But in
this
prison.
yeah, of course. So
that's
and
perfect.
Punch and Julie go to prison, but they go to the same prison, and once a month they're allowed to like visit each other.
Okay.
And they're
Once a
like
month they're allowed to fuck.
big time, and they're like, "That's fine with me." Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
By the way, their conversation throughout it was actually kind of delightful. I like it because they talk about like the Wi-Fi's down at the house again. He's like, "Oh, well, don't worry. Once we get home, I will fix the Wi-Fi. It will be fine." And she's like, "I love you, honey bunny." And he's like, "Oh, Punchikins." And you're like, "This is really cute and like weird, but all right, thanks." So
It's like their life doesn't matter.
Yes.
Or not even that.
But, like, none of this.
The circumstances around them don't matter. They're like,
they still have
we're together, and as long as that's it, we're fine.
yes, because like Punch and Julie, like at one point they just go, "Okay, well that's enough." Like they joined the Suicide Squad actually in one of the original incarnations. And then like at one point they just go, "Okay, well we're done." And then they just go to the suburbs and like live their lives. So like you know, they're more cool than most. So they get their thing, and Batman manages to get Catwoman's sentence suspended. So instead of getting lethal injection, she'll just go to jail for the rest of her life.
Okay.
And so Batman is like, okay. And so then he and Catwoman go to the rooftops, and he's like, "I got to bring you in. I told Gordon I'd bring you in tonight."
I have to bang you first.
Yeah, of course. So the two of them decide that they're going to have like a night. She's like, "You need to give me the night, like just one night." And so he's like, "Okay." So
Did the art change?
yeah. That arc is over.
I was gonna say, like, because Catwoman looks totally different.
Yeah, no, that arc is over.
I Am Suicide is over. Now it's the Batman and Catwoman book.
Yes. Well,
But it's part of this trade,
It's
though.
it's a part of the story because like you get the PS about what happened to Catwoman.
Right.
So Batman and Catwoman basically like do what each other would do during a night like this. So Catwoman and Batman beat up about like 7 or 8 D-list Batman villains.
Okay.
Like Clock King and Kite Man and Magpie and Werewolf and Condiment King and King Snake and whatnot. And then she's like,
Condiment King?
Yeah, he's there too. So, you know, like she says, like, is this what you do every night? And he goes, "No, not every night. Like, just most nights." She's like, "What do you do on the other nights?" And he's like, "I prepare for nights like this." She's like, Jesus. Except she's not. We're like that.
Yeah.
So then they beat the hell out of all these people, and then the two of them go on a little, like, crime spree.
No.
And so he's like, "I don't like this. I don't want to do this." And she's like, "No, it's fine." So she breaks into this place.
No, you got to pick the first half. I get to pick
I
the
get to
second.
do, yeah, this is what we do. This is how couples communicate. So they break into this place. She steals this cat, and then they leave. And then she blows up the high rise, and then Batman's like, "What the shit was that?" And she's like, "It's fine. I owned that place, and this is mine." And she opens it up, and it's full of diamonds. And she says something like, "Look at the stars, they're like diamonds, and I wish I could steal them, blah, 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 who cares?" But she says, like, "When I go back to jail, I want you to use these diamonds to build an orphanage that was replaced when it was ruined by those terrorists.
Right.
Build a dozen orphanages, whatever you need, but, like, take my money and do it."
You know what?
I
could
don't
have built
need
it.
your money to
I know, and by the way, Tom King retcons that they've known each other, and she's known who he is forever. Like, for
so
years.
they really didn't.
So there's really no reason, but he hasn't done that yet, and he probably hasn't had that idea yet, so that's why it's in here.
I see.
And then she says, "But before I go to jail forever, I'm going to spill all these diamonds on the ground, and then we're going to fuck on them." And
That sounds
so-
incredibly painful.
Yeah, so they do.
Oh, when he takes off his mask, so she knows who he is then anyway.
Yeah, well,
But
she
it's just
already
like,
knew.
actually,
No,
let
they
me
wrote each
take
other
these
letters.
diamonds back
Yeah,
since
you don't need these. So
Okay.
I'm
they
going to use
bang.
these to smuggle
You get
my
to
way out of
see-
prison.
You
Yeah.
get to see Catwoman naked on the rooftop with
Which,
Batman.
and Batman, for
Yeah.
that matter. So that's kind of
Jeez.
hot.
All right.
And so Batman and Catwoman bang, and then their post-coital conversation is how they first met.
Okay.
And this is where this is actually, I think it's pre the Superman Reborn retcon, although I don't recall if that's true. But in any case, okay. This is post-Superman Rebirth retcon where like the pre-Flashpoint Superman is different from the New 52 Superman. I'm like, no, they're all the same. It's the same Superman, and it's all the same universe. And you're kind of like, did that affect everything or just Superman? And it's
Right.
like, this muddies the waters and makes it kind of like, it's whatever you want. Fuck you, Rebirth. So, but like, okay, fine. I guess that's okay. Where Batman remembers that their first meeting was the first appearance of Catwoman in like 1940, whatever. And her recollection of the first meeting is their first meeting in Batman Year One.
Oh, interesting.
And he's like, we met on a boat. And she's like, no, we met on the streets when I was a prostitute. And he's like, you weren't a prostitute. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And it's just, they think it's cute that their continuities are all fucked up and they don't remember it. I think it's frustrating and incompetent, but like, whatever.
Is that like a,
It's a wink and a nudge being like, who cares? Like, it's all green.
I was gonna say, is it like a pointing to like, no, something's fucked up in the world. Like different people have different memories. It's all part of fucking.
You could interpret it as such.
Yeah.
But there's no way King is trying to make you.
Really?
Yeah. No, he's just like, it's cute. Because like, what couple does remember when they first met? I'm like, most of them.
Most of them. And most of them agree on the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, if there's differences, it's not that.
It's not like we met on a boat. No, we met when I was a whore. Like,
you weren't a whore.
Yeah, I know.
You can't forget those kinds of details.
It's weird. But it's also fun and cute. I kind of liked it. It was very like meta comics where it's just playing.
Well, they even drew it in the style, like the
yes, it's supposed to look like And
now, who is this old lady?
She's Catwoman's disguise.
Oh, okay.
And then she leaves.
Yeah.
What?
Of course.
Like she gets away from him?
Yeah.
Of course.
And he lets her go because he's an asshole. And then he sneaks into Gordon's house while Gordon's getting up in the morning because it's like 6, and he's like, "Hey, so I need you to dig into some records for me." And he's like, "Weren't you supposed to bring Catwoman back?" And he's like, "Yeah, she escaped."
Could you
and
not
he's
show up in my bathroom when I'm in my underwear brushing my teeth?
No.
You missed your molars.
That was exactly 67 seconds. You got another 53 to go, my friend.
I'll time you. So actually, it's 6 a.m. Do you have a spare toothbrush? Anyway, so he bugs Gordon and he's like, you gotta
cover for me, man.
Yeah, you got.
I screwed up.
Oh, man, let me do the talking again. So yeah, no, he goes,
Hey, I brought back like 5 out of 6 people that I let out of.
Exactly.
And we both said 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so 5 out of 6 is pretty good.
Yeah.
How is there more?
It's still going.
So because we got to fix the retcon that we had about how Catwoman murdered those people. So Batman is like, I need you to release these documents about Holly Robinson and get information. Holly, by the way, was the girl from Year One that was like the little prostitute that worked with Catwoman.
Yeah.
And then they retconned in like that she was like she went to the orphanage with the Catwoman, blah 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 blah. So anyway, she's like the Catwoman's Robin basically. And so he gets the records, and of course, because he's the world's greatest detective, he figures it all out within that day. And then he breaks into Holly's apartment, and he's like, Catwoman didn't kill anybody, it was you.
Oh.
And I know it was you. And so she's like, okay, well, let me just get my stuff. And then Holly grabs a knife, and she slashes Batman's throat and pushes him out the window.
What?
Fucking what?
Yeah, there's like, because she was trained by Catwoman, so she's totally skilled. So she slashes Batman's throat, kicks him out the window, and as he's falling, Catwoman catches him.
She was following him.
Yeah. And she says something like sweet, where she says like, you catch me. And he's like, and you're like, no, that's nice. So then...
and then he dies.
No. She brings him to Alfred. Alfred fixes him up, and then she stays at Wayne Manor. And so Batman's like unconscious and in bed, and she's talking to Alfred, and she's explaining to Alfred, like, so I trained Holly, and then this terrorist group blew up our orphanage, and then she went nuts and used my training and killed 237 people.
Okay.
And I'm responsible for her, so I had to protect her, so I took the blame.
That is not how that works.
Well, it is, so I did. And now...
Well, I can see it, because people would be like, it was Catwoman! Catwoman did it, because she's a known criminal.
Yeah, like,
it's
not this rando who I don't know.
Right.
It was Catwoman.
Yeah, like, it's an easy
I'm not going to go to the death chamber for you, though.
Yeah, well, she is.
Sorry, Holly.
That's what she is. She's a sweet woman. So, like, so then Holly goes on the run, and Alfred figures out she actually winds up going to Kandik, or Kondik. I don't remember how to pronounce it. It's the country where the League of Shadows are.
Ah, okay.
So, and later they'll pick up on that thread, and it turns out that, like, Talia takes her in.
Oh.
But anyway.
Cool,
yeah, it's kind of a neat idea.
It's not cool that she gets the drop on
crazy.
Batman.
No.
I said, hey, another woman who's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, another dark-haired woman that's fucked Batman. Who's totally insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Selena.
Or Talia.
I was talking about Holly.
No, Holly goes with
Talia.
With Talia.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
dark-haired woman who's fucked Batman. That's what.
I thought that was Talia's reason to be like, you fucked Batman and you're dark haired. I'll be like, that's weird.
No!
That's very weird.
No.
Anyway, so she reveals that like, yeah, I didn't kill anybody, and
Right.
I'm also not gonna go give myself up.
Right.
And you figured it out anyway, so you told
Yeah.
I'm sure you told your friend the cat's out of the bag. Sorry,
What was that?
the cat escaping.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the cat leaving the bag. That's what the noise they make.
The proverbial cat is out of the bag.
Right.
And so
Oh, no,
as
you
such,
gotta keep that shit. You are not erasing that.
But Catwoman, you haven't like been cleared by a judge, so like
no,
you're still supposed
he's
to be
fine
in
with it
jail.
because
You're still supposed to be in jail, which is right now in my bed, so get back in my bed.
yeah, exactly. Because Batman's a massive hypocrite who's like, you broke the law, but if you fuck me, it's totally cool.
Yep.
Then I'll move heaven and hell to fucking prove your innocence. So
Also, I won't go after Holly.
no,
I'm sure
well,
you will,
it's
right?
hard.
She's in another
over
country.
there,
It's over
yeah.
there. Look, if he was just gonna travel around the world to like stop every like villain who escaped,
escapes,
he'd
like,
never be in Gotham.
I never get anything done.
Yeah.
Even though I have 19 Robins. So he
Even
anyway.
though I've done that before
Exactly.
with Batman Incorporated.
I have 19
Yeah.
Robins. I can't leave the city in
No,
the
he
care.
well in a previous story he does have Batman Incorporated where he trains like 6 or 7 Batmans.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, Holly leaves, Catwoman reveals the truth, and then she bails. And then Batman like goes to the cave, and he's like, she knew it was mine, and she stole it from me. And Alfred's like, what? What did she steal? And before you say his heart, it's not. He says, the night, Alfred. She stole the night from me. And you're like, what?
It used to be mine, but now it's ours, and I hate sharing.
So but it's weird because like Tom King
What
is
the fuck does that even mean? She stole the night from what?
well because like we've done enough of this book. The point is
I don't understand what that means.
right like what?
Why is he upset?
Yeah, because
She saved his life.
she saved his life. She cleared her name.
She ran away.
She left, I guess, because he's like a psycho.
She left and she was innocent.
Yeah, and she wouldn't stay to clear her name. She's just like letting you do it all. I don't know. I don't understand. I honestly don't even know what it means. I'm sure though that it brought people to tears.
The part that really sucks about this
Yes,
is
the
that
part, the one thing.
The one thing is that the story is not bad.
No, it's a neat idea.
It's an interesting idea. I don't like the fact that he got like all these other random people involved when he could have just like
done
done it on his own.
Done it internally.
It's real flimsy.
Well, it's flimsy because like I don't need these people, but I guess I have to get them. I have to bring more characters in.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying something. It's like, you know what? I've fucking attacked installations filled with bad guys by myself like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Why don't I mix it up, make it a little more interesting? Get some other
Yeah.
people. I'm just bored.
I think
Like, that's the only
I think
explanation I
he's
can think
trying
of.
to obfuscate his obvious attempt at making Catwoman the beneficiary of this action.
Right. It's not about Catwoman.
I'm saving like 6
See,
lives.
there's all of these people.
I'm helping all these people who deserve
Okay,
a chance.
that's
Yeah, but
plausible.
you brought 5 of them back.
Yeah.
No, but I brought Catwoman back too. But then, like, she totally
then-
sucked my dick. So then I let her go.
And then it got real complicated. And,
You know,
Oh, so if the ventriloquist sucks your dick, you're gonna let him go.
it depends on how. Well, you know.
Well, it depends on who was sucking my dick. If
I
it's
mean, honestly,
Scarface,
if he's sucking my
it's
dick,
not really
then
sucking my dick.
He's
It's
giving
more
me
of
a
a hand
handy,
job.
so that's not enough. That's not worth freedom.
I actually would buy that Batman
Oh, okay.
would be like so fucking like lame and stupid about like enlisting Catwoman to help him that he'd be like, no, it's not Catwoman. I don't even care about Catwoman. It's about Catwoman.
Is she on the
Joker
is
song,
Catwoman
too.
part of the plan too? I didn't know.
I thought it was gonna be Joker. Then I pulled the mask off. It was her. I was like, oh,
I don't want to hang my face. I gotta let her in.
Fucking Punch was there too. Oh, what? I'm in love with Punch now. I was like fucking enlisted him to help me in this plan where I didn't really need him.
No, the part that sucks about this is that we had that story. It led up to a great moment, which is Batman and Catwoman actually getting together for a night.
Banging on a roof. Like,
And
I think
banging
that's
on
a great moment.
Like, whatever. They should have gotten to that That
then just end?
should be their entire relationship. They should always be meeting up like that.
Right.
Banging
It shouldn't
on
be
the
a one-night
roof,
thing. It
Yeah.
should be their entire relationship. Like, we go out and we do some of my stuff. We go out and we do some of your stuff.
Well,
and then, like, we
even
have,
if it- like,
we have a
that
night.
can't sustain. You can't just do that over and over again.
Oh,
Like,
can't you? Because he does. And then later, Tom King will have Batman propose to her, and now they're going to get married.
Wait. The basis of their relationship is they meet up at night and like beat the shit out of people and then leave.
Well, and
Well,
then
no,
they
they have sex on top of them.
Right. But then at the end of the night, they go their separate ways.
Yeah.
But he's gonna marry her.
Well, instead, she's going to go to his amazing house. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've never like.
Cohabitated.
Not just that, they haven't even like spent more than like 12 hours at a time together. Like, what would make you think that relationship is going to work?
Because Tom King retcons a lot of their history together.
Oh.
Don't worry, like she broke into Wayne Manor, like when he was like pre-Batman and like stole things, and every year she went to his house and stole things, and he beefed up security and they fought and stuff. Like, no, she knows him intimately and loves him
They've
anyway.
been doing this dance,
and he
since
says
they
that in the
were-
notes they write to each other. Like he says, at one point he goes to Holly when he like confronts her and she's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Because she knows who I am and she loves me anyway." And you're like, "Who are you? You're awesome."
Yeah, what?
Oh no. You're the most self-sacrificing, intelligent person on the planet who is also the peak physical condition of the human body. And you're also immeasurably
you're a
wealthy.
billionaire, yeah.
And
You always do the
and
right
she loves
thing,
you.
and you save the world.
Oh, and you're friends with Superman, and she loves you for that. She whiz. What a saint.
That's so rare. That's so impossible to
You
find.
could never find
You
anyone who
never
could do
find-
that.
No, you understand. I'm tragic and dark.
Yeah.
I'm brooding.
Enjoy your My Chemical Romance album, you goddamn jackass.
Now, I agree. It would be a little tough to like live with Batman, but not like impossible,
No.
right? Like,
Well, unless I write it so that it looks impossible.
there's way more fucked up people than Batman in the real world.
In the real world.
who have relationships.
Hitler had a girlfriend.
Yeah, right. Like,
That's the lesson of this episode. Is like there's someone out there for you.
Doesn't matter who you are.
Love is real, even if this comic is not. Pick it up in the description box down below if you want to check it out, and we'll see you guys next week with another episode of Sal.
Ethan.
And I'm Ben.
Thanks for watching.